Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Teresa with Amethyst Moon, and today I'm going to be doing one of these little wooden decorations I got at Michael's, gosh, end of last year sometime. I believe they were out for Christmas time, I think, and they're just little wooden star with holes in it. I got quite a few different kinds. I've got some trees, I've got leaves, I've got Halloween ones, I got some paw print ones, and a whole bunch of other ones. But they're really nice. They're really thin wood, so you gotta be careful when you're working with them and everything, because they do break easily. I actually broke one yesterday when I was trying to get it ready to work with. But they got a little rope here that you can, or like a hemp cord or something, you can hang them up either on a tree or in the window. This one I'm actually gonna make so it's gonna be hung in the window. It's gonna be a kind of like a stained glass effect. I've got it taped off on the back with some packing tape, and I've got it pressed down. I did all this off camera so I wouldn't have to do too much on camera, waste time for the preparations and stuff. But you put the packing tape, if you're not familiar with it, you put packing tape down and then you just rub it down real good on all of it, so that way then it will stick around the holes and it won't leak out from underneath when you put the resin inside of it. So I'm going to fill this one up with resin. I'm going to do a couple different colors. I may paint the top part here. Just depends on how the resin, you know, if it stains the outside of it, I probably will end up painting it a different color, like a blue or purple or something like that. I want to do the resin first, because I know a lot of people, when they do these, they paint them and then they resin them. But I rather resin them first and then paint them. That way then, just in case the resin gets on the outside, I'm not taking off the paint after I'm done trying to get the resin off there, wipe the resin off. And sometimes with some of these the colors and stuff, sometimes they stain even through paint. So, and the one colors I've got, these ones right here that I showed you before, these things are a pain in the butt. They stain. I got them on my hands and it takes weeks to get them off completely. You have it everywhere. But so I didn't want to take the chance, so I'm gonna use regular UV resin. This one, unlike the last one, this one I did get off of eBay, and I got it somewhere from China on eBay. In fact, I need to get more because I think this one's almost empty as well. And then I'm gonna be using some blue, clear blue from Sophie and Toffee. You can see that in this light. There we go. Sophie and Toffee is one of the ones I got into the Elves box. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one or not, but I might, since also another one from, come on camera, from Sophie and Toffee. It is it's a pink puffy resin, and if you're familiar with their unicorn box that they had a couple months back for December, that was one of the ones that came with that. The blue one actually came with the one you made a mermaid snow globe with. And then I have a black and then a white also from Sophie and Toffee. I don't know if I'm going to use either one of those ones, but they were just with the rest of them, so I put them out. And then I've got these covered up, so hopefully something won't harden. But I've got a pink, this one's supposed to be a reddish brown, but it looks more like blood. A green, a purple, a lemon yellow, and that's supposed to be regular yellow, but it looks more orangish to me. But, you know, I'm just going with it. So these little bottles that I got, I'm trying to, mind you, they're good colors. They are very vibrant. I mean, the last project I did with you guys, the colors were very vibrant and very pretty. I mean, the purple's beautiful, it's dark, nice and deep. The pink is very bright and vibrant, but I'm not impressed with them. I mean, I hate the bottles because they have, you know, see, there it goes. I opened it up and it's all over me already. But it has, you know, open mouth. I only opened a little corner of most of these if I could, because they come out and you can't not get them out slowly. It's, oh my god, a pain. And not to mention when they lay, I had them in a Ziploc bag and they were just laying in my, because I have a great big one of those scrapbooking bags that I have all my resins and my clays in, and all my supplies that I use for, well, most of my supplies, not all of them, but most of my supplies for making resin and clay. And they were slowly leaking in the bag. Luckily it wasn't making a mess with my rest of my stuff, and didn't, you know, completely leak out, but my yellow leaked out some through the lid, even though the lid's on tight. So Yeah, not real impressed with those ones. I got some colors I gotta pull out that I got that are from Michaels and Hobby Lobby. I can't remember the brands of them, but it's the ones that Hobby Lobby sells. I cannot remember the brand. They're pretty big bottles, and then they got the ones, the ice resin. I got some of those too from Hobby Lobby. I don't remember. I don't think, actually, I didn't get any from Michaels. It was just Hobby Lobby, I believe. All right, I'm gonna be using my little tiny new resin light that I got. Looks pretty good, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's get started here. I'm gonna start out with the pale blue. I think I have quite a bit still in here left, so I'm gonna start out, and I'm gonna do, I don't know, I think I'm gonna put it up in this top if I can get here. Squeeze it down in there. Let me zoom in. Oops, sorry, move my thumb out of the way, so I'll zoom in. Oops, wrong way. See, I told you I'm still backwards. Dummy me, I think forgot my tooth. I thought I had a toothpick on my desk, but I apparently do not anymore. Yeah, that's okay. You know what? I have tweezers. It might fit into these little tiny crevices and get in there. I think I know I need more resin though. Do it on both sides here, on the top. I know I definitely need to get me an order from Sophie and Toffee. Get some of they got a bunch of UV resins. I need to get color. I think they have colored now and not colored. Regular ones. I need to invest me in some because I really need some more UV resin. I love the 2-part epoxy, don't get me wrong. It's amazing. But you know what? The epoxy, the UV is so nice when you want to do projects like this. It's so fast. And you don't have to worry about the curing time and everything else. I mean, I could do the 2-part and these just the same. But these little kind of projects are easier to do when you can do it quickly. But don't get me wrong, you can do both. And I'm actually going to do some with 2-part resin one of these days. So that way then you can see how it goes with that. I think the next one I'll do on these ones will be the paw print ones. They're really adorable. They're supposed to be cat feet, I believe. Then I've got some really, really tiny ones that I found at Michael's on clearance a couple weeks ago. I think it was, or maybe it was last month. I can't remember. Anyways, they are really cute. They're little animals. I think there was cats and elephants and dogs and penguins and something else. There was like a 3-pack of little wooden animals. You had like 3 or 4 in there of each and stuff. And I got them on clearance there. I had a couple packs of them. They're really adorable though. They're going to be really hard to do, but... And cat hair. The joys of having cats. Their hair is on everything, it's in everything, and it flies through the air, so then my resin seems to always have some kind of cat hair in it. Alright. Almost done with the little ends here. Sorry if this is so slow and tedious. If I can speed it up on the video, I will most definitely speed it up. I found actually last night a video editor by accident. I was just looking on my computer on the apps for my Windows 10 for a app to merge videos, because my camera, after so many minutes, it will split the videos in two. And I did a review on some markers and stuff and sketch paper, and it split it in half right in the middle of showing the marker and how it looked and everything. And I don't mind having to split my videos in half. I don't mind doing more than one part. I don't mind, you know, having to, you know, do separate, whatnot, you know. But it split it in half right at the wrong moment in time. And so, you know, it ended with, you know, me showing one end of a marker, and then the next video would have started with me showing you the other end of the marker. And I didn't want to end it like that, because that was just kind of, I don't know, looked a little tacky to me. So I decided, well, shoot, I'll look and see if I can find, maybe I'll get lucky and I'll find a merging video editor. It don't have to be an editor, you know, don't care if I have to edit the video, you know. I was pretty satisfied with how that video turned out. Yeah, I could have probably used some editing, but you know what, can't really do much about that when, you know, the video editor you got is not wanting to cooperate. So, oops, get off me. Alright, I'm going to cure this real quick. We'll learn the video editing and I will get it fixed. You know, eventually we'll figure this out. I promise. It may take a while, but I promise we will figure this out over here. Alright, let's see. Oh, and then, if it's not my cat hair, it's my children's hair. Yeesh. Got two redheads with long hair, and oh my gosh, it is everywhere too. Drives me nuts. Alright, so, looks like my new little thing is a success. You kind of see how it turned out. Really pretty pale blue in there. That is nice, and hanging up to the window is gorgeous. Alright, let's try with some of this other colors in here and see if we can get some in and see if they haven't dried up on me. I think in the very center, though, this is going to be the fun part, because this stuff sucks because it's not in a... Is that a cat hair? I believe so. Maybe not. Maybe it's much of my imagination. But since it's not into the stinking bottle, it makes it really hard to pour in here. And my coordination skills are not the best. And I'm not even on camera. I apologize. Yeah, I gotta pay attention more. Up, more, not so much down on my face. Here in the project, gotta actually look up sometimes. I forget. I'm sorry. got done with the star for the most part, and I actually was able to get my video to fast forward, so most of it with what I've been doing will be fast forwarded, and I'm just coming back normal speed so I can conclude with you guys and show you everything and finish up this little bugger and the star. There was an issue with the star you saw in the fast forwarded version of the video. I'll pan out for a few minutes here. I was actually putting regular UV resin over top of the red part of the resin, and that's because I was afraid that, you know, the color, when it came out real fast, and I was afraid I got too much in there and not enough resin. I kept trying to, I added a bunch of resin and hoped that I had enough, but unfortunately I did not have enough, so it did not cure properly, which happens if, you know, you get too much color into it. Your resin will not properly cure, whether it's UV or it's the other one, and it doesn't matter how long you put it in there, it'll be squishy and sticky and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that putting some regular resin over top of it on the top and bottom will help it. If not, then I'll try to clean out those red spots and redo it with something else. And on another note, I wanted to correct my error. It wasn't reddish black, it was reddish orange. I apologize for that. Anyways, while I was trying to get that to cure and everything, I made this little bugger. It's an open bezel from Sophie and Toffee's Elves box as well, and so are all the stuff that's in it. There's the glitters I showed you is from the unicorn box. But I decided to make him this and everything while I was waiting, and now I'm going to do a dome on him and stuff. My fingers are sticky, so I can't tell if it's sticky or not, if it's just me. I think it's just me because my fingers, like I said, my fingers are sticky, but it may need a few more minutes in the UV light. Sometimes they need more than just a couple seconds or a minute. So, I'm gonna dome it real good here. And then I'll do it again in the UV light. And in part, I apologize from the last video, in the sped up video of her leaving you guys for a minute and walking away. I could not live without toothpicks. I had to go get some because for this thing, yeah, I need toothpicks. My little spatula thing does not work well with it. Oops, I think I got too much. So, I had to get a few toothpicks to have, because apparently the ones I have on my desk I've lost. I have no idea what I do with them. I keep telling myself, okay, we're going to leave these where I can find them, and every single dang time I go to do a video or go to do resin, doesn't matter if I'm doing a video or not, I have no toothpicks. Alright. There's that. And I am going to add one wee little unicorn head. If I can get one to come off out of here. There we go. Right to his little bottom on the doming process. And then I'm just going to go over it with get the resin to go over top and stuff, and there we go. He's got one little unicorn head on his bum. Right, I'm going to take this out and we're going to shove this little bugger back into my UV light. I'm probably going to do it for 2 minutes instead of just 1. Yeah, see, it's still a little sticky, but I probably just need more time because it's pretty thick UV resin, but alas, that is the finished project. It looks really cool with the light. You can see it shine through. And there's the back. Yeah, it's good. You know, I will end up probably painting over it, even though the colors kind of look cool the way they do with where the colors ran through the wood. I think that looks actually really neat. But it is really, really pretty. You can see where I got a little, when you hold up to the light, a little bit of yellow ran into the thing. Apparently some red ran into the yellow. I'm not sure how that happened because there was none in the other one. It must have happened after I moved, after it settled a little bit. I don't know, or maybe it leaked underneath. I don't think it did. I think it's on top. I know the yellow ran a little bit, so that's a gimme. But the red I did not notice. I must have did it afterwards when I was putting it in and didn't see it. but not too bad all in all. Minus maybe the cat hair that is attached to it now. That is not what I... Damn cat hair. But I'm afraid to take it off because I know this back is... Oh my goodness. Really gooey. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some curing on the back and see if I can get it to cure a little bit on the back side of it. Because it is really gooey. So unfortunately the red did not cure very well at all. And that's just because of the color was too much for it. Everything else is nice and hard and stuff. I mean, the top of the red's good because I got regular UV resin on it, but unfortunately it had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, but that's okay. You know, that's one thing with these colors, the resin's very sensitive, and if you get too much in there, it will end up doing that. And stuff. And sometimes the UV resin is just really sensitive. Sometimes I usually, you know, this machine unfortunately doesn't have, it only has minute increments, but I usually do mine at 5 minutes. Depending on how thick I have it, I usually will cure my UV resin for at least 5 minutes. Sometimes I cure for 10 minutes. It just depends on how much I've put in there, how thick it is, and everything. I mean, this very well could just be the fact that I didn't cure it long enough. It might cure better if I cure it long enough. And like I said, this, you know, I usually do 10 minutes. This light here, I don't know how powerful this little light is. I would assume it'd be okay, but I have one of the flashlight versions of the UV lamp ones that I got in a Sophie and Toffee box, and it's awesome. But the only problem is that it does not cure quickly. My stuff's always usually sticky afterwards, so that's why I got the UV lights, because it's much easier to do with the lamps and everything. But I like the lamps better because they actually go longer. And my big lamp, it cures things that, you know, if it's sticky from my little flashlight version, if it's sticky from that, I put it in there for another 5 minutes or something, and the stickiness is gone unless it has too much, you know, color in it. But I'm going to try this and do it a longer period of time on these and see if maybe, just maybe, it might be that I didn't cure it long enough. I'm pretty sure it's just because there's too much colorant in there, because it did come out really fast. But some of the other ones did too, and they cured perfectly, so it may just be that it just needed a little extra time in the light. Oh gosh, this packing tape is good though, I can tell you that. I can't get it off the back of this stuff. Wow. That's kind of cool. And if you just look, if you can see it, I don't know if you can, I've got a perfect image of that little horse in my thing. Which would be kind of cool to make, like, a stained glass effect or something. You could put some resin on that or something. That'd be kind of cool. Anyways, here is the finished little product. Excuse my finger. There's probably fingerprints and stickiness all over it because my fingers are sticky from the other resin. But I gotta dome the back still. But that is how he turned out. Very adorable. Little glitter in him. Looks very nice. And the holographic of the stars and the unicorn head is very cool. And then his little face has little glitter in it, and his tail. And then I used the puffy resin on the top, which I put a little more doming on it because it's really sharp up here and don't want somebody to stab themselves because of the sharpness of the puffy resin, because it can get kind of sharp in the end. But not bad. I like it. I think it turned out really well. Just need to finish doming it, which I will do off camera. There's no point of you guys watching me dome it because you already see me dome some of it, and it's all good. So, thank you for watching. If you like my video, you like my stuff, you know, you like what I do, you like listening to me ramble, which probably not, but hey, I don't blame you. Please hit a like, hit a subscribe button. Give me some love. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Suggestions. If there's anything you want to see me make or anything like that, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.